I keep hearing African countries saying South Africans are afraid of white people. In case you guys haven't noticed, white people own the world economy. Money is in their hands. So in order for us to be able to fight back, you guys must go to your countries and fight for your countries so that Africa can make businesses, can accept investments according to Africa's terms. Because your countries, the ones that you are fleeing from, are the ones that are feeding the system that is oppressing Africans. We are afraid of white people. We are not afraid. We are playing chess here. We are playing chess. We are not impulsive. We are planners. We are not impulsive. If you guys go back home, fight your governments, fight for your country, and then now Africa owns the means of production, how Africa chooses to do business, and then we can talk about chasing white people away. Otherwise, you're going to end up like Zimbabwe. We're going to end up like Congo. We're going to end up like this African countries you see. Let's be smart. We are not impulsive.
South Africa is only developed because of white people. Let's unpack. So I was scrolling on Twitter when I saw this tweet. Why is South Africa so developed? Is it because the white man stayed far longer compared to other countries or what? That Chris Brown show they're having tonight looks like a concert in the West. Bro, if the white man stayed in Kenya till the 90s, we could be miles ahead. Look at us. We only have one superhighway since independence. We don't even have a stadium that meets FIFA standards. Mzungu, make a better, whatever. Mzungu means white person. So I'm assuming they're saying white people would make it better. You guys don't think it's crazy to put your oppressors on a pedestal and say, maybe they should have oppressed us a little bit more? And for me, that's not the only reason this conversation bothers me. It also bothers me because, once again, like many other conversations that happen online, it lacks nuance. First of all, to say South Africa was only built by one race is incorrect. It is historically inaccurate. Black people had to have their land stolen and their resources stolen in order for one race to be more superior than the other. Secondly, labor had to be exploited. It is our ancestors' labor that built South Africa to what it is. It's the indentured servants that they brought from various parts of the world, like India, China. It's the enslaved people who then became colored people. It's very simplistic to say, oh, this country is only developed because of white people. They are the ones who built this country. Without them, you'd be nothing. That is also very anti-black. What you're saying is that black people, African people, are incapable of running societies properly, which is false. Before colonization, we were running societies successfully. Before capitalism, before all of this nonsense. And I know people look at the state of Africa and they say, yeah, but the corruption, but the whatever. But it's like, all of this is by design. It's by design. If you just read into the history of the World Bank, the IMF, and how they created structural adjustment programs in order to keep African societies at the bottom, then you'll understand that everything that happens is literally by design. It's not because black people are incapable. It's not because Africa is incapable of having good leaders. It is by design. And on the part of white people building South Africa, it sounds very similar to the rhetoric that people say about black Americans when they disparage how their ancestors and they have played a role in building America to what it is. It's such a racist and anti-black way to remove people from the labor and the efforts that they've put into actually making a country what it is. I think what people are looking to say is that since there are so many white people in South Africa and we live in such a racist society where capital follows capital, and because white people hold majority of the capital in South Africa, more capital will obviously be invested in South Africa than any other African country. Therefore, we've had more opportunities for development, but that does not mean that white people developed South Africa, especially considering the fact that a lot of black people did not have access to basic needs like electricity, water, sanitation, education, etc., until a black government took hold of South Africa. But either way, coming online to speak about how you wish you were colonized longer is crazy. Can Africans stop? At this point, the conversation is not productive and it's not helping anyone.
Okay, but I don't follow all trends. But I want to talk about this one right here. I'm sorry I can't blow it up. But basically, it's talking about how white South Africans are in these videos dancing with black South Africans. You know, I'm not quite sure if it's like a helper of the house and then the white owner or friends, whatever that is, okay? So let me explain something to you. South Africans are different, and we're always going to be different. We don't expect other Africans to appreciate or like us or understand us. We do not care how everybody else in the world feels about our relationships with Portuguese people, with Zimbabwean people, with Nigerian people, with Ethiopian people. Because at the end of the day, we're talking about us, okay? What a lot of people don't understand is that because South Africa had apartheid, there are white people in South Africa. Okay, majority of African countries don't have white people in them, and so what the other black African countries that are not mixed with it, that don't have white population, they have a tendency of wanting us black South Africans. I don't know what you guys want from us. You want us to not see that there's white people in South Africa? You want us to walk around and not laugh with the white people in South Africa? They are now South African citizens. What do you want us to do? We are going to be friends with white people. We are going to be friends with the type of South Africans we want to be friends with. I'm not sure what's really going on. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the rest of black Africa wants white people in their countries because the way they stay on us. What the hell do you guys think is going to happen? 10% of them white people? We go to schools with white people. We work with white people in South Africa. What the hell? We have white people as neighbors in some neighborhoods. What the hell do you guys want from us? You want these white South Africans? Come get them. If you want them so bad, come get them. Okay? But we are citizens in a country, and we are black, we are white, we are Indian, we are everything in South Africa. Probably I think that's what's missing in this conversation, is that when you come from a predominantly black background, you just think that the world should revolve around your blackness. No, it does not. It does not. Because I'm African, living in America and being accepted by white Americans, being accepted by Mexican Americans, being accepted by Hawaiians. What kind of nonsense is this? You think just because you are black, everywhere you go, you should be black? We see how you guys already talk about us. Let me show you some of these comments. Look at this. I'm so embarrassed for them. I don't even know where this person is from. What the hell are you embarrassed for? If South Africans are not embarrassed to dance, like, what is it? I'm Nigerian. I feel like crying. I mean, what is this? What message are they trying to send? I hope this doesn't trend. I hope it trends forever. And I need everybody who's black African to mind their own country. Okay? Mind your own country, because you don't care to understand South African history. You don't understand how things work in South Africa. But moreover, you want us to have this deep-seated hate for other white people. What do you want us to do? Imagine me living in America and being hated by Americans. Imagine me living in Hawaii and being hated by Hawaiians, because that's not how societies live when they live in a community. You don't have to agree with people. You don't have to like people. But guess what? People fall in love. People make friendships. Yes, there's other matters. But there's something not right. There's something going on about the rest of these black Africans that seem not the invisible rope drawing them out. And I'm telling you, this comment section, African Americans are in it, Africans are in it, and everybody's just like, oh, South Africans and they're white people. They're acting like slaves. Hi, mama. Everybody, please go mind your own country and mind your own white people in your own country, okay? Don't go.
I saw a video that I want to address, making rounds on social media. This video was done by a young man who claims to be part of the EFF military wing. I don't know what that means. And in fact, I don't believe him at all. But what is worrying to me is his utterances around the white South African population, the legality around them being part or belonging in South Africa. So his argument is that they should also leave because according to him, they are illegal in South Africa. And he's putting them together with the march that is organized on the 30th of June by a civil movement called March and March, that all the illegal immigrants must actually leave South Africa. And I felt compelled that I needed to address this because for me, and according to me, this is very divisive. I've also made another video on the illegal immigrants, that you should actually look out for that one as well. So for me, it is very divisive. and it is misinformation, is done by somebody who doesn't really appreciate where we're coming from as a nation. And I think it's very important that, in spite of our history where we're coming from, we need to also acknowledge the good that other races in South Africa that they have contributed. Number one, I think I need to address the legality of the or legitimacy of the white population being part of South Africa and belonging to South Africa, is that they hold their identification. They are citizens of South Africa. They belong in South Africa. They don't belong anywhere else. They belong in South Africa. They are our brothers. They are our sisters. And in fact, they have contributed immensely in the building and the construction of this country that we today enjoy. And it's very important that our young people must be taught the truth. Apartheid and racism has been one of the most devastating things that we had to deal with as a nation. But we are over that. We are in a democratic country, and we cannot turn a blind eye to the contribution that different races that belong in South Africa has actually given to this country. In fact, it must be said that even the country, when it was handed over, in particular to the ANC government, it was in good shape. It is them that broke that. It is them that destroyed this country. But these people have built this country. They have contributed positively in this country. And I still believe that they've got so much to give and to contribute to the future of this country. So I think we need to be careful as South Africans that we do not, especially young people, we are not dragged into these political rhetorics that seeks to divide us. We must be bridge builders. We must be people who stand for the truth, but we must also be people who goes out of their way to make sure that we build unity in this country. Guess what? Bafana Bafana is playing tonight at 9 o'clock with Canada. So we need to hold hands together. We need to be that force and that support behind Bafana Bafana. So I just want to encourage everyone also to watch and to root for Bafana Bafana.